my god, dude, I'm gonna pass out. Oh my god, I'm gonna pass out. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm gonna pass out.
This is the most mature audiences only shit you've ever heard. Period. From Boston. Broadcasting all over the world. Send the soy boys home. 'Cause we ain't gonna sugarcoat shit.
Drop down, I'm gonna give it to you.
This is the Joe Cronin Show. Now, here's Joe Cronin. Joe Cronin.
Oh my god. God. Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna fucking pass out, dude. I watched Raw almost completely bored. I mean, dude, we're talking about 3 hours of being bored, and then for that last segment to be that funny. Dude, I almost just died. Oh my god, dude, that was... Oh my god.
Party!
Best thing without fans are the promos. 100.
I'm gonna die, dude. J Frost official. What up, J Frost? How you doing, man? What up, J Frost? What's up to the chat? This is the Monday Night Raw review. That was fucking hilarious. That ending was hilarious. If you didn't laugh at that, I mean... Wow. That shit was funny, man. That show was terrible, but the ending was funny. Oh my god. What's up, Jay Frost? Thank you for the donation, dude. How you doing, man? Right off the bat, Jay Frost coming in. Thank you, dude. Hit that like button if you'd like to. We are live. Man, I'll tell you what, the ratings for Raw have got to be down significantly, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I can't get over how many people have tuned out of WWE and wrestling in general. It is almost unbelievable, man. Almost unbelievable how many people have tuned out of wrestling. I mean, dude, normally we'd be at 1,000 viewers right now, but that's how many people are just done with wrestling. There's nothing to review about it. It's the same old type of thing. Feels like we're living in deja vu land every single week. But that ending was funny as shit, dude. That fucking ending was hilarious. Like, I almost just died. In fact, I was recording something trying to finish recording something while that was happening, but I was paying attention to it and actually have my reaction to the ending of Raw. Here it is. Let me turn the volume up a little bit because I wasn't really recording myself, but I was recording. I didn't realize it was recording, so I have a clip of me watching Raw at that end. Oh my god, I'm gonna pass out. Oh my god. Oh my god, this show just went up. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
At Money in the Bank, the big picture will become very clear. And trust me when I tell you, you will be better off for it.
Oh my God.
Have faith in.
Oh, my! Rollins bounced over the table, and now the WWE champion
Oh, my God.
cleared the ring, and here comes Rollins. Oh, what a Glasgow.
He fucking threw the table out of the ring, too. The way that Drew McIntyre threw the fucking table out of the ring. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God. I'm going to fucking pass out. Oh, my God.
And trust me when I tell you, you will be better off for it. Have faith in.
Oh, my!
Have faith in.
Oh, my! Rollins.
The last time I laughed, I think maybe the last time I laughed out loud was when CM Punk was in the Royal Rumble, and every time somebody got in the Royal Rumble, CM Punk would grab the microphone and he would be like, "Tell me, don't you want to confess to me and become part of my group or whatever?" And like he kept doing it. He would go on these long tangents, and then it was like, I don't know, like the third or fourth person got in the ring. And instead of going through the whole spiel again, he just fucking assaulted them with the microphone, and it was wicked funny. He's like, tell me, sir, don't you want to join my? And he just hit him with the, he just fucking hits him with the microphone before he finishes saying what he's gonna say. And dude, I remember watching that Royal Rumble, and I was like, I get it, what they're gonna do with CM Punk. He's gonna like have the microphone the whole Rumble or whatever. And then when it got to that guy, and instead of finishing being like, don't you want to join, he just fucking hit the guy with the microphone in the head. Like, dude, that type of comedy, I don't know why, but that killed me because I didn't see it coming, and it was fucking hilarious. And that's exactly what this Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins ending did. This whole show to me was almost nothing. I barely cared about most of it, but that ending was fucking hilarious. Oh, my God, dude. And they said shit.
Have faith in.
Oh, my! Rollins bounced over the table, and now the WWE.
Yeah, it was like CM Punk's Jesus phase, basically. That's exactly the vibe that I got out of it, man. It was CM Punk's Jesus phase. It's exactly what it was. But that's what he's been doing that anyway. He's already been doing it, so. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? Jake DeMarco is not feeling good. Once again, he said he's got to get all these scans done, and he's vomiting and stuff. So he's a mess. So yeah, so we're. What the fuck is this? But yeah, dying. So yeah, he won't be here. He did not watch Raw, apparently. He's the better for it. I mean, the only thing I would say to Jake to watch, I'd be like, dude, just watch this ending segment. I can't really think of much else to watch. I barely watch the show myself. I watched the show, and the more I was watching, the more I was falling asleep. And I was like, well, at least the contract thing will be kind of interesting. Nia Jax brought back her fucking screeching, stupid voice. Man, she sucks. I'm sorry, Nia Jax, you suck. Man, she sucks. Tom Phillips sucks. Nia Jax they're just terrible. Her fucking screeching like she fucking injures people in the ring. She's like ridiculous. She's careless with people in the ring. Like I've never seen anybody, and it's a typical person that's just like, oh, I need some. I don't know, dude. I just don't. I mean, what are they doing with her? I feel like she's gonna hurt somebody any minute. How many times is she fucking whatever? Anyway, I got a goddamn headache. I have a headache, dude. I don't know if that's from Raw, if that's from all the shit that I've been going on in my head, in my house, and whatever. I don't know, dude, but I feel like I got a giant headache. That's what I feel like. Like a gigantic headache. And I don't know if Raw is the reason for it. But it might be. But But yeah, let me play it again. Let me see it again because that shit was funny.
Have faith in.
Oh, my! Rollins.
That was funny, man. I don't know. They got me with that. I really got to admit it. They got me with that. That shit was funny.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Didn't turn on Raw until this segment.
Whoa.
That segment was so much funnier with an empty arena because it made Seth look more insane, which was an awkward hilarious like it is in The Office, and Drew saying he was full of shit was such a perfect response.
Dude, everybody, multiple people were saying he's Michael from The Office or whatever. He's the guy from The Office. That's kind of what it kind of reminded me of too. Like he's somewhere between the Messiah character that CM Punk, like the straight edge society thing. I think it's mostly that. He mostly feels like it's the straight edge society delusional leader guy. But which is funny because like CM Punk was a guy who wanted to bring Seth Rollins up, so it's kind of weird. But then there was a little bit of hint of like you just said, The Office type of thing. Like it was just, yeah, and he seemed more delusional and just ridiculous. I don't know, man. It's kind of funny. It was kind of funny. Like I really thought that shit was funny. I don't know what you guys thought, but I mean, I just thought it was funny. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure there's some people out there that didn't. I mean, I didn't like Raw overall. I mean, so it's not like I liked the show. You know what I mean? Wasn't a big fan of the show overall, but you know, that part, that was funny. I don't know how someone can't laugh at that shit. That was, to me, was hilarious. Because I thought they were going to have a brawl and do the same old thing. I even thought maybe Murphy was going to jump in at some point, or somebody was going to be on, showing up for Seth. I didn't think that or they would just have a scuffle and it'd be stupid. I didn't see him smashing his head down like a bitch, dude. He made Seth Rollins look like a bitch there. That was hilarious. Like, he made him look like a bitch. It was like a fucking scene out of Roadhouse or something. Like, I don't know. Like, it was like, just what the hell was that, dude? Like, I mean, I just think that was so goddamn funny. So, like, if out of the whole 3 hours, at least I had this to laugh at. So that was really well done. I thought that segment was pretty well done, man. I really believe both guys for the most part. I mean, Drew's playing more of a real hero, tough guy, good guy that we all can believe and like. Seth isn't really playing this. Seth is kind of playing this villain that isn't the main villain, though, still. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Seth still doesn't feel like this major heel villain that's the guy, like, he feels more like the guy you beat up before you get to the real guy who's the threat. You know what I mean? But that's okay. More of like this feels more like an Intercontinental Championship type of thing. I don't know, but I thought it was good. And Seth is good in this role. Like, this is pretty funny. This is the stuff we said for a while. Best thing he's done in the company, besides the Shield, obviously, because the Shield he was just mostly quiet and just did the thing with the Shield. But this is like the best thing he's done solo is just be this villain, because he comes off as this, even when he's a face, he comes off as this sniveling fucking cartoon villain from like an 80s kids cartoon. Like, you'll never get me, you idiots, because I'm like, that's how he comes off. Even when he's a face, he comes off that way. That's why he just didn't work as a face for so goddamn long. You know what I mean? Because it's fucking BS. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't buy it. You don't believe what he's doing. And I didn't either. And a lot of people didn't. Oh, ADTR, that's just all my former co-hosts, trolls hitting the dislike button, dude. That's all it is. That's the fucking, all the fatso fucking drama people and fat face and all the other people. That's all it is, brother. They'll disappear in a little while. They're alt accounts. Probably like a guy with 50 alt accounts. You know what I mean? A lot of people threatening me recently and threatening me on Twitter and then threatening me here or there and everywhere. So that's all it is, bro, because there's not a lot of traffic coming in tonight. There's not new listeners. There's only 1,600 playbacks so far. So these are all my listeners. There's no new people really watching tonight. There's probably a few new people watching, but not many. So yeah, it's the community people. Yeah, it's the fucking all the scumbags from this community. That's all it is, bro. What else did you expect from this community? You know what I mean? But dude, dislike button works just as well as the like button on YouTube for the algorithm. So I'll take it either way. It doesn't matter like or dislike. It helps the algorithm. And basically, it's they're all gonna disappear later because it's all fake accounts. You know what I'm saying? It's lots of fake accounts made. You know. No, it's like, the Mars fucking fuckface and all them. It bashing me. Who knows, man? It's just a fucking button, dude. It's not really a big deal. But they'll disappear later because it's all fake accounts. It's really like 3-5 people or something like that. That's all it is. I'm obviously shadow banned too, so you can't even find my Raw review.
Is it just me or is anyone sick and tired of these commercials talking about?
Yes.
We are here for you.
Yes.
Stay safe. We will get through this together. Stay inside. Donate today. Social distancing. Fuck Tommy, North Carolina. We are all...
Harry Steve, yeah, dude, I said the same thing last week. Dude, I said that last week on my Raw review. I was like, dude, is anyone else getting sick of these fucking commercials every 2 seconds? Like, we're all in this together now. Life's different now. Things are a little bit different at this time. At times like these, you need to, and you're just like, ah! Like, dude, it's enraging me too. Like, I'm sick of these commercials. Are pissing me off as well, dude. Oh my god, dude, they are pissing me off with these commercials. Every second. Life is different. Blah blah blah. We're all living a new normal now. Yeah? No shit. Come over here and I'll show you a new normal. I'll shove my wife's dildo up your ass. Anyway. God damn, these fucking commercials, though. You're right. God, these commercials are... Who's the top donator? Harry Steve, you are the top. You are the top man. Let's put Harry Steve up there. And yeah, Jake DeMarco is sick, still vomiting. He cannot be on the show. He did not watch tonight, from what I understand, so... Still no Jake either, man. I am sorry, man. Everybody has left the JCS community in one way or the other. It's a bad time. There's the title. It's the worst time too, because we're all quarantined in our homes. You know what I mean? We're all quarantined in our homes with nothing to do. This would be the best time to have just so many shows and so many things to do. But, yeah, man, unfortunately, Jake is sick, and he is just battling through this awful shit. Even goddamn Troy the other day didn't feel good, so he couldn't even play video games. A lot of people just been sick or hurt or feeling terrible or want to get the fuck out. Can you imagine the stuff that we could be doing? Imagine the stuff that me and JB could be doing. But, imagine the stuff everybody could be doing. But, yeah, people would rather jerk each other off.
I'm just a sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Here comes Bimbo Baggins.
I'm just a sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Oh,
sexy
man.
Transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
A repeat match, Jinder's undeserving push, 2 stupid WCW finishers and a 6-man match no one wanted. What's Liv's gimmick again? Is she supposed to be a porn star millennial? Who the fuck thought Jinder getting pushed was a good idea? Fuck.
God damn, man. Well, I think that they thought that he's like a good character that they could utilize. Do you know what I'm saying? That one of the things that Jinder Mahal does the best is his character. You don't like him, he's this heel. He's probably going to be next in line after Seth Rollins gets done with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is probably going to get challenged by Jinder Mahal. And they're probably going to start a program with Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre about 3MB and who the alpha is now and all that type of stuff. I really do see something like that coming, man. I think you could possibly see that. So I think that's what they're doing. And again, I don't mind that because they need people that can speak to each other and get real and whatever. They even said shit tonight. I mean, that ain't PG. They threw out the shit tonight. So that shit's crazy. Yeah, man, it's just wild. It's a wild time. Let me go to the Bimbo Baggins. Thank you. Actually, Bimbo Baggins just took over the top spot. Bimbo Baggins, thank you, dude. The $7. We're going to be talking about Raw. I'm going to go back to the beginning of Raw here and get through it. We really haven't talked about anything else but the ending so far because it was just so goddamn funny. I mean, I can't get over it.
Have faith in.
Oh, my! Rollins bouncing for the table, and now the WWE.
Faith in.
Oh, my!
Oh, man, that type of shit kills me. That type of comedy murders me. And that was funny, man. I don't care. That maybe fucking people might think that shit's cheesy, but I thought that was hilarious. Oh, my God. God damn, did that kill me, man. Just so terrible, dude. Just fucking horrible, dude. Just horrible shit, bro. There he is, Bimbo Baggins. All right, we'll get back to the beginning of Raw. MVP started the night off in the ring, ready for another edition of the VIP Lounge. He hyped up the upcoming Money in the Bank ladder matches. He introduced Rey Mysterio. He comes out. We see the ladders everywhere. MVP introduces Aleister Black up right after that, and then MVP introduced Apollo Crews. A lot of people had Apollo Crews picked to win this. I did not, but whatever. MVP asked what it'll mean to win Money in the Bank, and I kind of zoned out at that point. But Selena Vega with Austin Theory, Angel Garza, Andrade's there. Vega laughs. Nobody in the WWE Universe wants to hear what Crews has to say. You know, this drawn-out opening, whatever. And Ray Black and Crews go after them, and then they have this 3-on-3 battle, and I'm like, all right, here we go. Here comes the opening time killer. Rey Mysterio, Apollo Crews, and Aleister Black versus that whole crew of Garza, Theory, and Andrade. And that match goes on forever, what it feels like. And in the end, the good guys win. Crews blocks a hammerlock DDT from Andrade and ends up hitting the sit-down powerbomb for the win. Wouldn't be the last time we see Crews, Apollo Crews, Aleister Black, and Rey Mysterio get the win. Then they start talking about Triple H's 25th anniversary thing, which was also probably one of the better parts of the night, was just reliving the nostalgia of Triple H and his 25-year celebration. Reliving that nostalgia is probably one of the funnest things of the night for the most part, even though we've seen those clips a million times over. So, you know, it is what it is. But nothing, again, I'll just tell you, I keep telling people who keep asking me, my favorite thing of the night was the ending. That ending segment was great. I really liked it.
Have faith in.
Oh, my!
Oh, man, that is some funny shit to me.
Super Chat Party.
Ace Man.
Did you see Nia Big Mac Jax? She can toss me around anytime. Shayna Baszler reminds me of her angry Whopper Yum. I want to see them scissor.
Oh, God, I do not want to see that, Ace Man. I feel like Nia Jax just Oh, God, she cringes me out so bad. And in the ring, she's a sloppy mess. Just like her body, she's a sloppy mess in the ring. And just a pile of slop on the microphone. So it's just one big pile of slop coming out of Nia Jax to me. You know? Just one big pile of friggin' slop coming out of Nia Jax. But, yeah, I was able to... I took a break there because I had to pause it because my kids were all going to bed. My 6-year-old and the 4-year-old were going to bed, so I was giving them hugs, and then they were telling me stories. So I kind of zoned out, and then I came back, and I had to rewatch it.
What else we got?
But it was okay.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Here's hoping this food shortage will make Nia Jax less of a fat SJW pig.
Oh.
Nia needs to be less of a fat fuck SJW and more like an actual pro wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah, how about instead of all the virtue signaling shit, bimbo baggins, and all the crybaby shit, how about you just be a fucking wrestler and do a better job, you big fucking heifer? And how about, like, this Star Wars chick they hired, instead of talking about, oh, my God, my women, you just make a better movie. How about that? You make a movie that doesn't suck. How about that? Bolin Takira, thanks for subbing to the channel. Or Takira? How do you say your last name? I don't fucking know. God damn it. Why can't your name just be Bill? No, thanks for subbing to the channel. How you doing? I'm kidding. Take it easy. Oh, I'm on subbing now. Oh, my God.
Oh my God, I love Seth Rollins.
Only watched for Zelina. 2 out of 10 tonight. Seth's still a cringy faggot and that clip of Drew hitting him is hilarious. Samoa Joe on commentary was really good. Could you imagine if Joe and Jericho could do commentary together? That she would be lit.
Well, see, I feel like Joe is a great third man in because I feel like Samoa Joe... Soundwave, thanks for the $25. I feel like Samoa Joe really brings this legitimacy to the commentary team, which I do like. But I still am upset that the WWE doesn't put a heel guy on commentary. Like, you don't need... If you have Samoa Joe, you don't need Byron Saxton. Or Saxton, or whatever the hell his name is. I don't give a shit. He's a fucking boring Muppet. But he's a great backstage interviewer. They should have Byron Saxton be the backstage interviewer and a guy who hosts things. And then they should have Samoa Joe, I guess Tom Phillips, if you have to have him, he sucks too. Because he's robotic. He doesn't suck, it's just he's robotic, man. He's a robotic guy. Have Samoa Joe, have Tom Phillips, and then have like another dude who's like a fucking heel commentator, like a full heel. You know, that way Joe can play the somewhat tough guy who knows things and the heel guy. And, you know, and Tom Phillips can be like, why would you say something like that, man? Why would you, like, Joe, what, can you help me out with this? Like, and Joe just be like, hey, you know, I kind of agree with him. Really? Yeah. Wow. Okay. You know, that type of stuff, that dynamic between three guys would be great. But the way it is right now, Byron Saxton just doesn't need to be there. Tom Phillips is a boring robot. And I think Samoa Joe is really good at bringing that realism to the commentary team when describing moves. And, you know, he could have broke his patella right there. I broke my patella back in 2007, jumping off an apron, hitting a guardrail bite just by mistake and a dumb thing in the match. And, you know, I kept wrestling that match, and nobody even knew I was hurt. In fact, I won the match. But the fact of the matter is, like, I was out for months after that, you know, like, and that's what can happen. You could slip up in these matches. You got to be careful. You know, yeah, you might win this match, but it doesn't mean anything after that because, yeah, you won the match, but once you're injured for 3 months, anything you won gets pushed back. So any progress you made, you know, or, you know, you could have been building up towards a title championship opportunity or something like that, basically gets flushed right down the toilet if you get injured. So you got to work really hard to win the match, but you got to work really hard, too, to not get yourself too hurt because you need to live. You need to be able to live to fight another day, and some guys just don't understand that. Some guys just go out there and they you've seen them. They give it all to you right there, and then the next day they may be beat up. They may lose a match because they were beat up from a more meaningless match weeks ago or the night before. You know, so it's really that balance is important in wrestling. And when Samoa Joe says something like that, you're like, oh, wow, I believe everything he said. So cool. Like, that's for real. That means something, you know? But I also like Jericho just being ridiculous in AEW and being over the top. I mean, for weeks I advocated for that. So, like, I'm super happy about it. I think both things can work, but I still think that you need a heel. I still think you need that style in WWE because we need to be less bored. And nobody provides it. And when Jerry Lawler tries to dip back into it, he doesn't fully commit to it, so it doesn't work. Anyway, Soundwave, dude, thank you guys for the donations tonight, by the way. Obviously for keeping the show funded, especially during these tougher times now. Soundwave 92 with the $25 is the new current digital JCS champion of the show right now. Thank you for that. He has been a beast. He's been a beast, dude, and you know what's cool about Soundwave is I've got to meet him in real life, and that's, like, pretty amazing, man. Like, I should have fucking blown him, like, the way he supports the show when I met him in real life at AEW. He was really a cool guy. So thank you, man. What else? Well, let's get back to some more donations. Let's go back to the donations. You guys are saying things. And we'll get back to more of the review here. Well, wait, I got to hear it again. I'm going to hear it 900 times.
Have faith in.
Oh, my! What else we got?
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Seth Rollins in this character is a mix between Jesus, CM Punk, and White Shroot.
Robbie Hyde, thank you for the $3, man. Yeah, see, I thought he reminded me more of the main guy in the office, the Michael guy, right? Isn't Michael the guy? I thought he was more like Michael, but maybe it's Dwight. I don't know. There's some kind of office vibe about him, Robbie, but maybe it was just because he was wearing a suit tonight that everybody was saying that. You know? When he puts on a suit and everybody thinks of the office, like, what? What the hell? There was something funny about it, though, I will say. I don't know, man. The whole fucking thing was funny.
Shit bum.
You have this unique talent. When you open your mouth, somehow you get your foot stuck in there. And yet at the same time you get your head stuck up your ass.
Drew McIntyre, thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum. It was good, though. It was a good show, like, with that. I mean, dude, what Drew said was all great. He even got to swear, but it was all made sense. And, you know, Seth was a little over the toppy cartoon goof, but that's what he is, so whatever. So that was funny. Seth Rollins was funny, man. This is the type of stuff, man, that at least he's hilarious. He's this hilarious idiot cartoon bad guy. It's so weird. Like, he's literally like a cartoon come to life, like a bad cartoon villain come to life. Very strange. Hail Metal Forever. Oh, no, that was Drew McIntyre. Hail Metal's coming up. Here's
What
Hail
else we
Metal.
got?
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Let's have some bubbly.
Bubbly? Look at this stuff.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Drew McIntyre is the best WWE champion in a long time, and Seth Rollins is great, but everything else is garbage.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you. Hail Metal Forever, thank you for the $3. I pretty much agree with you, man. Like, I don't... Dude, I agree with you. Like, everything else is subpar or bad. You know, the Apollo Crews thing, did anybody else laugh? Like, when he was crying? I don't know what it was, but I was laughing. When he was like...
What else we got?
I was like...
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
like,
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
That new WWE game looks like it was made a retarded hillbilly smoking meth while loving his cousin.
AJ Adams, thank you, man. You know, AJ, I've been hearing everybody's talking about something about a WWE game. I don't know what game you guys are talking about. Does anybody know what game we are talking about here that everybody's been talking about? I've completely missed out on it, and I have no idea what we've been speaking about as far as that game goes. Like, I have not understood. Is it that phone game, or, like, you know, what is it? I feel like I'm missing out on it, man.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
Liked Apollo and the up-and-coming Latino crew. Vega so hot. And call me crazy, but I'm liking the wrestling better with no crowd. I focus on everything.
I got to tell you, man, Zelina Vega is smoking fine. Diverse. What's up, Diverse? Thank you. Liked Apollo and the up-and-coming Latino crew, Vega Hot. I thought it was okay. I thought it was an all right thing. And I like Apollo Crews in many ways. But obviously there's a lot of things that just don't land right. I was laughing. But I also thought they did a good job. It's weird. Although I was laughing, I thought that was more... I chalked that up to me being more cynical and jaded. I think they did a decent job with his injury and what they did, but I would have had him get injured one time.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. Not twice
bubbly?
in the match.
Look at this stuff.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
I hope Vince McMahon has a stroke on a wheelchair, where he can't control his dick and joins Howard Finkel ASAP.
Oh, God. Daniel Cronin. Apparently, my other self is donating. Thank you to my other self for the donation. We got super chats are coming in funky right now. They're coming in. Thank you to whoever that really is who donated. I miss Howard Finkel so much, man. I love that guy. About to come down the aisle.
Super chat.
Holy shit!
Party.
Oh my God!
I won't take away your pain from watching this garbage.
Terra Schism, 999s, dropped a double 6. 66! Holy shit! Oh my God.
This smells like my vagina.
We got to pull out something for that. $66 drop. What are we going to do? Folks? What the fuck are we going to do? I don't even know what to do. That is... Oh my God, man. Is there something goofy I can play?
With that, what is up with this? Yo, motherfuckers, yo can all suck my fucking dick. I don't give a fuck, bitch, you out of luck. Yo, I'm rolling up on you with an armored truck. Yo, I got a bazooka aimed at your eye. Oh my God, I'll fucking shoot you when your fucking face die. Gave your mama cream pie. Then I called your fucking dad and I busted him up. Now he dead. No one give a fuck. Yeah, what up? Yeah, Joe Cronin Show. What up on your luck? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, better count, cause here I come. Coming down, yeah, I'm about to fuck you up for sure. What the fuck you gonna do when I kill you? You don't give a shit. You don't know. You a dumb fool.
Oh my God, that was one night on Twitch. I think I randomly... Somebody was like... Play like haha like rap or something, and I played that and I just said all that shit. I don't know. I tried to give you something. I don't know. I'd never heard that in a while. That was so stupid. Thank you, Terra Schism. Terra Schism with a bomb 66. I mean, that's a random amount to donate. I gotta say that. That is a random amount. $66 super chat is a random amount to donate. What's the new donation? $6.60? I don't even remember. It's the new one with the COVID, with the guy spraying the lady with the coronavirus spray or whatever, with the disinfectant spray. I forget what the fuck the amount is. Somebody hit the amount in the chat because people were asking me about it and I forget. Somebody hit up that amount in the chat if anybody remembers, because I haven't added it to the list yet because I'm a moron. We talk about this all the time. About how I'm a moron. But Terra Schism, man, thank you for the $66, man. That is a huge bomb drop. Thank you, man. And people asking, yes, Jake is still sick, man, still vomiting and stuff like that, yes.
You donated
Whoa!
$50. I'm gonna take my dick out because you donated $50. You donated $50, motherfucker, boy. I'm a rich motherfucker.
Just saying hi. Hang in there, Joe.
He is a longtime patron, Gary Metzler. Gary Metzler, how's it going? We're here live at the first annual country butt fucking contest. Gary Metzler dropping $50. He's the first one to do it. And now Joe's going to have to eat 700 hot dogs in front of his own children. That's right. Joe Cronin's going to eat 700 hot dogs in front of his own kids. Gary, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Gary Metzler, thank you for the $50, man. Holy shit. Gary, thank you, dude. I'm hanging in there, dude. I don't know. I mean, listen, I don't know what you. I'm fine. You know, I'm just doing. YouTube show. It's all good. I'd be more worried about the people who are working. I'm more worried about those people out there in the fucking hospitals and the Stop and Shops and the grocery stores. They're out there. They out there, son. I want to shout out to Horror Fan Stab, who became a patron. Got to be one of the most scariest patrons I've ever received, Gary Metzler. Horror Fan Stab. I mean, that's some scary shit. Horror Fan Stab. And also to no. Oh, this person, I can't tell. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Oh man, he left. It was a guy leaving. That makes me sad. God damn it. He's an OG too. Oh, goodbye. I'm not going to mention his name though. I don't want to do that. I thought he pledged. I was like, oh, welcome. I thought he'd been here. Oh, he left. Okay, let me go back to the donations. I'm sorry. So yeah. Anyway, we stopped at the Apollo Crews segment. And then Asuka, Shayna Baszler versus Nia Jax is going down. You know, I wasn't big into this match either. Whatever. The match basically never gets started anyway, so it doesn't matter. We get a bunch of replays. It was a big waste of time. I get what they were doing. I didn't care for it. I just don't care, I guess, is like what I'm trying to say is I don't care. So whatever. Then we get Bobby Lashley versus Denzel Dejournette or something like that. I don't remember the name now. I wrote Denzel D down on my paper here. The bell rang. Obviously, this is all just to build up Lashley, make him look cool and shit. He's been lifting weights and doing all these other crazy things. Bobby Lashley gets the win. Lashley, at the end of the match, has his arm raised, and a bunch of replays happen. I don't care about any of this, basically, again. Then we get video of Liv Morgan's win over Ruby Riott from the previous week. And then Liv Morgan versus Ruby Riott. Happens again and again. In pretty short fashion, Liv Morgan gets the victory. Again. Ruby ends up catching Liv with a Riott kick out of nowhere. And then Liv kicks out of it. And then they go kind of back and forth there. And then Liv caught Riott with her finishing move or Oblivion or something. And gets the pin for the win. Liv Morgan again. Then Liv has so many chapters and will have so many more, but she feels like so many people her age. She's trying to figure out who she is and what she's doing. Like, oh my God, but whatever. Anyway, we go back to another Triple H video package, which I enjoy looking back at the old times, but fortunately, those are the only times it feels like anything's enjoyable. Then that's when we get to the Charlie Caruso backstage stuff with Nia Jax, which I talked about earlier and already talked about because it was just, oh my God. Nia Jax being asked about Shayna Baszler, and she ends up screaming in her face again. The Viking Raiders had a pretty decent backstage promo. It seemed a little goofy, but it was better than that car ride shit that they had going on. Then we get Jinder Mahal and Tozawa coming to the ring, and as soon as I saw this, I went, oh my God, they're going to put over Jinder Mahal, and they're going to build him up, and why would they build him up? And then I was like, oh my God, he's going to face Drew McIntyre after Seth. They're building up Jinder Mahal to face Drew McIntyre after Seth, so that looks like that's what's happening there. Jinder Mahal gets this impressive, obviously, victory over the sacrificial lamb of Akira Tozawa. Apollo Crews versus Andrade then happens. So we get Apollo Crews wrestling again. And I thought they went to the well one too many times with this injury that he had. I thought it would have been better if he just jumped off, got hurt instantly, and that was sort of a shocking thing. But I guess they really wanted to build up that he's a fighter. We've heard this about Vince McMahon. He loves making guys seem like they're these fighters fighting through the pain and all these other things. So we get the typical that thing again for the millionth time. after a long match, which was all right, Andrade gets the victory because the referee stops the match. And, I mean, at this point in night, I'm just like, man, every week feels the same. I mean, every week used to kind of feel the same anyway, but never. But this has been really, really repetitious to me, like, for the most part. But they're trying to tell these stories, and I get it. Everrise, Cedric, and Ricochet, I missed the match. This was when I was putting my kids to bed. So I was talking to my kids at this time, and I missed this, to be honest. And normally if Jake had been here, he probably would have caught it, but I missed it, so I didn't bother. I couldn't get back to find it. I was up against the time anyway. So I sacrificed this match for myself and missed it. Ricochet and Cedric obviously won. I pretty much knew that was going to happen, so I felt like I didn't really need to watch it anyway. Couldn't tell you how the match was whatsoever. So that would be up to you guys to say that. Then we get the closeout, the moment we've all been waiting for. Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins in the ring, and I thought their promos were great. And I thought this was well done, well executed, and then had one of the funniest moments in wrestling of the last month. One of the funniest moments. There's been a few, but this was, in WWE, this was the funniest thing I've seen in a long time.
Have faith in.
Oh, my!
Have faith in.
Oh, my!
Man, I don't know, dude. That shit killed me. That shit killed me. Thank you for the $50, Gary Metzler, and the Terror Schism for the 66. Top donator now. Oh shit! Whoa, I'm gonna get fucked up! Tonight I'm getting fucked up. Tonight we're getting fucked up. Tonight we're getting fucked up. And yeah, I get fucked up. So pass me some of that vodka. And pass me some of that ecstasy. And give me some of that pussy. Tonight I'm getting fucked up.
Am I the only one that noticed that every time someone turns face or is the babyface world champion, they gotta use a cringy cheesy pic for the graphic? I hate WWE. Did you see the meme of Apollo slapping Andrade saying, "Well, be right back"?
Every time someone turns face in the face world, they got a cringy, cheesy pic for the graphic. Dude, I did not notice that, but I'll take a look at it. That's funny. When he said he'll be right back when he slapped him, that was funny, Pussy Lips McGee. That was pretty fucking funny now that I think about it, dude. You know what? That shit is funny. Like, that, all those little things that got me were funny. But, just not quite enough for me to love the show, but I appreciate those things that they did, man. Like, I appreciate those things that they did. Pussy Lips McGee, and dude, thank you for $33, too. That's a good chunk. A good chunk drop. Thank you, sir, for the huge drop. Ring a bell for the fucking Pussy Lips McGee. I have a theory that Pussy Lips McGee is actually my mother, by the way. A lot of people don't know that, but I have a theory that that's who it is.
Super Chat Party.
Mr. Gary Singh.
Barley watch these days. The Last Dance is really dope though. Been going ham in 2K but for the most part just smoking and chillin'. Terrible show tonight but what do you expect? Love Liv and Zelina.
Yeah, I like Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega as well, man. Who couldn't like them, you know? Gary Singh, thank you, dude. And yeah, again, besides the couple little funny moments and the ending, you know, I probably was going to give this show a 1 or a 2 out of 10. And I will move my rating tonight up to a 3, maybe a 3 or 4, only because that ending was great. It really was. So I might I might give this a 4 just for the comedy at the end and some of that too, but maybe a 3 is really more realistic.
Here we go. I'm about to get
I
it,
don't
man.
know.
Here we go. About
Thank
to get
you,
it,
Gary
man.
Singh.
Here we go. Oh, no.
Not best in ring, but I think Mahal's look makes him believable as long as he's not too veiny, which he looks less now and doesn't need his goons.
Yeah, diverse. Yeah, he doesn't quite look as big as he did before. He looks a little thinner. Doesn't quite look like full Sid Justice from WrestleMania 8. Doesn't have the veins popping out. Yeah, he doesn't have his goons. And, yeah, maybe that's what it's going to come down to, that sort of thing where Jinder Mahal faces Drew McIntyre. You know, like, I won the belt, you won a belt, and here we are. You know, we're you know, I think we're going to get that square off, that face off. I really do think that that's what's going down. So look for that.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have to blue. $9. Suck my dick.
I had to take 2 shits breaks tonight. The Jinder and Nia Jax matches.
Oh.
Nia should stay in the catering area. Only good parts was Vega in that outfit and the ending segment when Seth's face went face first on table. 4 out of 10.
Well, I mean, I agree with you, man. That ending that's the part that got me too, man. No doubt about it. But thank you so much to the man, the OG, one of the OGs here on the Joe Cronin Show. He is Kalel Bama. Kalel Bama, man. What's up, dude? I hope you're doing okay, man. Thank you, Kalel Bama. Speaking of Kalel Bama, we got to give him some love because here's the current $25 producer level patrons on my Patreon. Remember, on my Patreon, we have podcasts that you don't hear on YouTube. A lot of them mostly are not about wrestling, including the podcast with my wife that's coming up this week, Till Death Do Us podcast, Corrupted podcast from the other night, all the old school stuff that's up there from the past 3 years and 4 years on Patreon. There's thousands of podcasts of mine and episodes and moments and crazy shit. It's all up there on Patreon. You can hear it all almost between the $5 and $10 markers, but you can hear Corrupted for just $1. And here's the $25 producer levels and above. So thank you to all the people on the board right here. Kalel Bam is one of them. Adtr, Arknolia Strokelbean, and Awonddy Big M, and Bryan, Harper, Brokenlion, CJ Bradley, ColdBrewKrew, Drew Bar, Duane Crenshaw, Frog Kid, Gary Metzler, Jabroni Jabber Podcast, Jason Tarr, John ConstipatedRock, Joseph Lightsey, Junebug, Kalel Bama, Starscream, Matt Rossmeier, Mike Gwaz from Brooklyn, Mike Torian, NickY J, Omar Fakharany, Shell Bryan, Shy God, Talk to Me Nice, The Bear 1322, Tony Diesel, xtoxicxjokerx, Sith Negan, Sith 535, Spiderland Leafs Fan, and Steveo. And we're going to be adding a couple people to the all-time list down below this week. Thanks to Sith Negan and everybody else who brought those points up, because I was clearly forgetting to add them to that list. So I will get those added. Thank you for that. And back to the donations about Monday Night Raw tonight. Hit that like button if you'd like to. Share the video. Subscribe. Hit the bell. All that stuff. Obviously, I'm live after every single WWE event. Always. Obviously, the shows have been a little bit different over the last month. Things have never been this weird. You know, it's kind of crazy to me. But hopefully it gets back to some semblance of what things used to be at some point soon.
What else we got?
Oh,
crazy.
a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Do. Imma go hard. Imma go hard. Imma. Go hard. Imma go hard. Imma go hard. Imma. Go hard. Imma go hard. Imma go hard. Imma.
Oh, my God. Nothing's as good as the EC3 song, though.
Yo, my name is EC3, and I'm in the bottom 1%.
Mustafa Ali, thank you, Mustafa.
I am not on the card. I am not on the card. I am
You're not on
the card.
Not in the company no more.
EC3, not on the card, yeah. EC3, WWE doesn't even know what the fuck to do with me. Yeah, you haven't seen me on TV, but I've been in the back posing for girls. Look at my muscles. Yeah, look at me. Why am I here? Why did they sign me? Cause I bang Dixie Carter's rear. Take a look at my physique, you get weak, but you never see me week to week. What's going on? Yeah, I am not on the card. I am not on the card. EC3, yeah, EC3, not on the card. I am the bottom 1%. What?
Have faith in.
Oh, my! Rollins bouncing for the table, and now the WWE champion clear the ring, and here comes.
And trust me when I tell you, you will be better off for it.
Oh my God.
Have faith in.
Oh, my! Rollins bouncing for the table, and now the WWE champion clear the ring, and here comes Rollins. Oh, and a Glasgow.
He fucking threw the table out of the ring too. The way that Drew McIntyre threw the fucking table out.
Have faith in.
Oh, my!
Oh my God. That shit was the golden shower of tonight's show on Monday Night Raw. How's the chat feeling tonight, baby? How's everybody doing tonight, baby?
Super Chat Party.
Here comes the Ace Man.
They should bring back Logan and pair her with the Viking Raiders and have her feud with Belair and pair Belair with the Street Profits.
I agree, man. She always, I thought, would have fit with the Viking Raiders perfectly, man. Give her a big, fat fucking turkey leg. Have her eat that shit up. It'd been great, Ace Man. I think that, Ace Man, that's a great point. And I'm going to try to get we're going to get to all these super chats tonight and all the donations on the Streamlabs donations and PayPals and everything else that happened down below. So we're going to try to get to all of it. Ace Man, thank you for the $4.99, and thank you guys for taking your money and actually for being so generous to me and my show, as you guys always are, man. I'm always blown away by it, man. Thank you. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say that way.
I'm making sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
And hit that like button.
I'm making sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania. Sexy transvestite.
Sleepy Never. What's up, Sleepy? How you been, you fucker?
Even though I know, I suppose, I'll show all my cool and cold like old job. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Then someone will say what is lost can never be saved.
Oh my God. Smashing Corgan, thank you for the donation, man.
Super Chat Party.
Who you think was better with Seth, Murphy and AOP or J&J Security?
I really think J&J Security worked better. But because I feel like the other individuals are just lost individuals that found their way to Seth. I think Buddy Murphy's been pretty good. I thought the AOP would have been good until they got injured. You know what I mean? I thought they were about to be something, but those guys have personalities of blocks. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, I got to go with J&J after everything. But, you know, I think Murphy has the chance to be this, like, disciple character that could be, that could end up being all right. But, yeah, I'd have to go J&J Security, I mean, obviously, at this point. Because that was certainly more memorable than this, and not even that memorable, but better than this.
Super Chat Party.
Tell me who Nia Jax is rubbing her grease on to get booked over Asuka and Baszler. Apollo is an emo jobber. And Sasha still suits. King might die.
Yeah, it's too bad that it's the way it is, Spaz Phoenix. And, you know, I think that part of it is just that kind of return clout. You know what I mean? The return clout that wrestlers get when they return from hard work or they return from a leg injury or whatever injury it is. Do you know what I'm saying? So they return from something and, you know, the WWE gives them, kind of makes them a priority for some kind of a push. So I really think that that's all it really is. It's just that she's deserving of something because she's on the return. I think that Asuka has been prepped up pretty well by Vince, actually. I think Vince has loved Asuka in them. So, you know, I don't think that they're really taking a back seat. I think they're a main player. And we'll see.
Yo, this whole city, we're gritty. Yo, we might eat our own shitty. Yeah, eat our own shitty. In the city of Philly, we eat shitty. We're gritty as can be. We can survive off our motherfucking own feces. In Philly, we're gritty. In Philly, we're gritty. This whole city, we'll eat our own shitty. In Philly, that's why our mascot looks like a...
You killing me, brother. They took down Drama Club, brother. Brother. Well, let me tell you something, Hulkamaniacs. Me and Brutus the Barber Beefcake have been hanging and banging each other, brother. What you gonna do, brother?
They took us down, brother! Brother, we're going down, brother! Oh, man. How can you get sympathy so you can take all the top donators away? That's a good way to do it. They took us down, brother! Nebbit the Jew, thank you, Nebbit the Jew. I appreciate that, Nebbit the Jew. Nebbit the Jew. Nebbit the Jew. He's Nebbit the Jew.
Out, and now...
Wait, what did they take down?
For a week, brother.
Damn drama club, brother.
The
Joe, they're killing me, brother.
The YouTube channel?
No, he's crying because this shit happened like fucking months ago.
I thought you said
tried
I thought
to go
Tiff
in, but
Super chat.
you and Marvin.
Super chat.
WWE 2K Battlegrounds.
They took us down, brother. Dorian Moore, thank you for the $2. Oh, WWE2. Oh, by the way, I saw the video game. I see the video game. It kind of reminds me of Super Mega Baseball.
Super chat.
It's like the Super Mega Baseball version of WWE.
I am in a rap battle right now.
Well, let's go, Bullsy. Let's have a rap battle right now, Bullsy. Motherfucking Bullsy. Let's go.
Super chat party.
They took us down, brother.
If Vicky Guerrero was Japanese, she'd be Asuka.
Oh my god, dude! I took a sip of this coffee right as you said that. By the way, I only drink coffee black now. I just drink it black. I do like French vanilla coffee. I haven't had a Dunkin' Donuts coffee in a long time. It's been weeks. Guys, I don't know when things are gonna go back to normal. I haven't left the house in 6 weeks, and I'm fine. So why can't you guys do it? I'm fine. Why can't you do it? I haven't left the house in 6 weeks. No, seriously, but I do drink black coffee a lot. It's weird. Throw some sugar in it sometimes.
Super chat party.
Hope you hit that sub button, everybody.
Liv Morgan's future, I can see her with Bray Wyatt.
Dude, I can see her with me, dude. I can see me putting my tongue on her. Ace Man, thank you, Ace Man. Bray Wyatt and Liv Morgan. Yeah, like he controls her, kind of. And then she becomes like his Harlequin or whatever. Yeah, that could happen. Could see it.
And trust me when I tell you, you will be better off for it. Have faith in.
Oh, my!
Thank you, Ace Man. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Hope you guys hit that like button. Let's go, man. We got to fight the trolls. Got to fight the troll. I love black, man. I love the black. I miss my old black girlfriend. Sometimes I paint Leah black, just to go back in time.
Give me a hell yeah!
Joe, I love the show. Haven't donated in a while. Stay safe, my N-word. Deep voice black guy. Thank you, sir, for the 316, man. What's going on, bro? How are you, dude? Appreciate it, dude. Glad to see you. UFO confirmed. Yeah, dude, the UFOs, the Pentagon finally confirmed everything. We knew it already, but they confirmed the UFOs.
Super chat party.
I mean, dude, it's fucking crazy.
Jinder brought the Rona.
Jinder brought the Rona. Yeah, it might be Jinder's fault for all the experimentation he did. You know what I mean? Yeah, the UFO footages that we've seen for the last few years that was released was sent out by the Pentagon, and then even extra stuff was sent out by the Pentagon of the UFOs and the way they're flying and the right angles and the speeds they're flying. I mean, back in 2004 and in 2015, no doubt resemble exactly what Bob Lazar described he saw in the 80s for the UFOs that they'd found. So very weird, very strange. Something's up, dude. I don't know what it is, but something's up. Something's going on, and all the pilots know it, dude. All the aircraft pilots, they've seen this shit. Something is crazy. We'll find out someday what it is, and it's sick. Here it comes!
This is what it's like to watch Monday night. Oh, what the hell am I staring at? What the fuck? Oh, Vince McMahon, you're killing me. Vince McMahon, this wrestling give me a disease. Oh, Monday Night Raw sucks. Oh, SmackDown Live also sucks. And oh, if they call someone up from NXT, I know they're gonna get really bad quickly. Oh, I wanna die. Wrestling die. I wanna die. Every Monday night.
Do you think WWE will ever get better?
6535. Thank you, 6. What's up, man? Yeah, I've had this question a lot over the years. I mean, 5 years ago, 3 years ago? It's gotten worse. I still think, I almost wonder if we still haven't seen rock bottom yet, you know? So I don't think it's going to get better soon. But I think it has to get better at some point, or it's not going to be here. So they better get better. But I still think that we potentially may see this thing get worse and worse. So, yeah, dude, I think so, 6, but not right now. Certainly not right now. Not with this lazy formula that we've been seeing for a long time.
Close the border, keep the grass cutters out, except Vega, she gonna swallow my black load.
AJ Adams, close the border, keep the grass cutters out, except Vega, she gonna swallow my black load, says AJ Adams. She gonna take my black load. Just like O.J. Simpson made Nicole take her last fucking breath. You remember that, when I made her take her last breath? When O.J. Simpson made her ass take her last breath? I'm looking for another white woman. I'm looking for another white woman to max out my hatred on. I'm just kidding. What's going on, AJ Adams? How are you, man? How's it going, brother?
Super chat.
The Last of Us 2 got leaked and they went full SJW.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Corwin Eberly, no. Are you serious?
Super chat party.
Oh, my God, no.
Here's what needs to happen with E turns on Kofi. Nikki Cross turns heel, return as her old gimmick, and turn on I'm the Hacker.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that could work out, I guess. Maybe I'd be down for that. I definitely want I don't want I want Big E to be this badass ace man. You know, I've said this before. I forget what stream it was where I basically said what Big E needs to do, but Big E just needs to grab a mic and be like, "Yeah, what's up? You can get in the ring, you can try to fight me, but see what I'm going to do is I'm going to break your wrist. I'm going to wrap your arm around the head and smash you in the throat. And I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to fuck you up." Like that's the type of guy that Big E needs to be. And then kind of crazy with the microphone. Like Big E could walk around the ring with this intensity with a microphone and be talking about how he's going to hurt people. And if you watch Big E on his Twitter account, he gets really real about stuff. He gets really serious about stuff. I don't always agree with him on everything, but he gets super real and like kind of scary almost the way he talks sometimes. And I really think if he brought that into the ring, whether it be face or heel, man, this guy could really do a good job if they unleashed him on the mic. Like his intensity and his conviction when he speaks, I believe Big E Langston. I really believe Big E when he's talking. So, but then he can also still be kind of like goofy, like, and it's still okay. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like he could do a pretty good job. So, I mean, unleash this guy. We know that Kofi can't, so, you know, I don't know. Kofi on the mic is not the best. You know, in the ring, he's great. Love Kofi. But on the mic, you know, what are you going to do? And yeah, we saw the SJW stuff the other day. We talked about it when I talked about it on my stream over on Corrupted Nation. I only got 1,500 views total. But we talked a lot about the SJW stuff. I guess The Last of Us getting leaked is that's a big problem, dude, if that's the case. Hopefully you guys can subscribe to my other channel here, Corrupted Nation, mature audiences only on YouTube. And we got down to it here. We talked about this, the new person in charge of Star Wars. Here she is. She's the new woman in charge of the all-female Star Wars, and it's scary.
Or any kind of feedback that was negative, like I think
full of self-hating and weird shit. Like here's some of it. Let's see what she says here. I haven't seen this one. This is not the clip I was looking for, but
I've gotten you know, criticism or advice or any kind of feedback that was negative. Like I think my initial instinct almost
I say like every 5 seconds, like
always is to really consider it.
By the way, nothing this person has done signals Star Wars at all. Nothing that this co-creator of Russian Doll, Leslie Headland, nothing that she has done tells me, like, yes, Star Wars. That's right.
What is the worst advice you've ever received?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
What's the worst advice I've ever received?
Probably when she worked with Harvey Weinstein for a year.
Gosh, the stuff that
she did.
coming to mind is all the little kind of microaggressions that I've experienced as being like in being a female writer and director.
So she asked her, "What is the worst advice that you've ever received?" And then so this is how let me explain how these people operate. They're fucking insane. What's the worst advice that you received? Well, one time a guy told me to work on this movie and it was a bad idea. You know, one time somebody told me to work with Harvey Weinstein. That was a bad idea. But no, it wasn't, because it actually furthered my career, so it actually was a good idea. So instead of all that, she just sidestepped that question and goes, microaggressions. What? Oh, I don't know. Probably all the microaggressions that happened to me. She immediately goes into victim playing right there and into the SJW, like, fucking playbook for no reason.
It's coming to mind as all the little kind of...
Like, this has nothing to do with what's the bad advice you've received.
Worst advice you've ever received.
Let's go back. Let's remember what she said. What's the worst advice you ever received? Apparently, Leslie can't comprehend the English language or a simple question. What's the worst advice you ever received? That would be like me, like if somebody was like, "Hey, Joe Cronin, what's the worst advice you ever received, Joe? You know, what's your worst advice?" Well, I would say that probably my worst advice probably be more like, you know, all the times when I was just sort of attacked by people on YouTube and they criticized me. Definitely those would be more of what, was kind of always came from those type of like what? That's not the question. What are you talking about?
What is the worst advice you've ever received?
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
What's the worst advice I've ever received? Gosh, the stuff that's coming to mind is all the little kind of microaggressions that I've experienced as being being a female writer and director, which is you shouldn't take up so much space or you shouldn't be so loud. I just feel like
you shouldn't take up so much space or you shouldn't be so loud. Those are microaggressions? What are you talking about? As a female director, it's been so hard when the microaggressions, being a female director, of taking up space and being loud, like, oh my God, like, so evil men. Just so evil men. Come over here, I'll show you a fucking microaggression. I've been told not to be loud before, because I'm loud. I've been told to clean up my messes, because I'm messy. Those aren't microaggressions. What did you just say?
I tend to self-edit as a woman anyway. Usually I am thinking, does my hair look okay?
Nothing looks okay on you. Just that's all you need to know. So, like, I tend to self-edit because I'm a woman, because women have to, women have to self-edit themselves. They can't just be like everybody else. We just can't be like everybody else. We have to sort of censor ourselves. We have to be self-aware of what we're saying, because what we say has an effect on us. Like, it can be really negative. Oh, you mean like every other human being anywhere ever? So as a white male who now could be perceived extra as a racist, Joe Cronin must self-edit. Guess what? I've done it. I've been like, oh shit, if I say this, they're going to think, I got to be careful. I self-edit, so feel bad for me too. Oh, a black guy goes into a fucking place and he wants to just have a regular conversation and he's around white people and he starts thinking, oh shit, I shouldn't say that because they're going to think this about whatever. Everybody does this. This is everybody who cares too much does this. Let me rephrase this. Some people don't do this because they don't give a fuck. I have a feeling Dave Rose doesn't self-edit. I have a feeling Dave Rose says whatever the fuck he wants to say, and he doesn't self-edit because he's not a fucking crybaby, right? I sometimes do self-edit. That's the way I am. I just do. I go, you know what? Don't say that because whatever. A lot of times I don't give a fuck, and I couldn't give a fuck. But sometimes I do. But a lot of you guys do. Some of you guys don't. There's some of us that literally never self-edit whatsoever. Who gives a fuck? But there are some of us, and a lot of us, that do sometimes go, oh, let me say that instead, or let me not, I'll just stay out of that, or whatever. That's just fucking your brain working, you idiot fucking bitch. You're no fucking superhero because you self-edit. As a woman, oh my God. Like, this is the mentality of the fucking delusional. Look at the look on this dumb bitch's face.
I just feel like I tend to self-edit as a woman anyway. Usually I am thinking, does my hair look okay? Is what I just said impolite?
Yeah, everybody does that, you idiot. Most people who are normal do that. Let me just tell you.
Should I make my needs known a little bit louder?
Yes, this is not a woman thing. This is an every person thing. I don't think you understand. And the people that usually don't do this whatsoever are usually dickheads. You know what I mean? People that don't do this whatsoever at all are usually dickheads. Just so you know. It's not just you being a woman. Sorry, fucking dog face. It ain't just you.
I did get a lot of feedback when I was younger that I should be quieter and smaller and a little bit more well-behaved, and I'm kind of...
Everybody did when they were younger, because kids are constantly be told to behave and be quiet. Oh my God, being a kid, being told be quiet. Oh my God, I got told to be quiet when I was a kid. Be quiet, you need to be calmer, you need to be quieter. Yes, that's what everybody says to kids, you fucking blimp. Oh my God, these people are retarded.
Glad that I didn't end up taking that advice. And now as I've gotten older and I have more experience, I realize, oh, no one's actually paying that much attention to me. Of course, you don't want to be rude to people, or you don't want to come off in a particular way that you don't mean. So I try to say what I mean as often as I can. But
no shit. You try to say what you mean as often as you can. You try to say what you mean as often as you can. Wow, there's a fucking concept. You actually try to say what you mean as much as you can. Well, you know what? You are so good, because I'll tell you what, nobody else tries to say what they mean most of the time. You are, my hat's off to you, lady. That's amazing.
I don't feel that same kind of pressure to self-edit or to appear as someone I'm not.
A lot of people will say, oh, I got that advice and I said, to hell with them. But that's not how you felt.
No, I really, every time I've gotten, criticism.
Okay, so at the end, she actually did sound nice, but this woman is so poisoned and so brainwashed by this victim mentality that's the person. And we're live again, by the way. Here, everybody, I'm live again. We took a break from the wrestling for a second to talk about that because people brought up the SJW about The Last of Us leaking. Well, this is Star Wars. That's your Star Wars. That's the lady who's in charge of the all-female Star Wars that's coming. I mean, dude, like, that is some scary stuff at the brainwashing of that person and how creepy she is. You know what I mean? Like, and the creepier people are like that, and self-loathing and self-awareness and all this other weird stuff. Like, it's just weird. She does to me come off more like a like, she does seem like she actually is a pretty okay person, but like, you know what I mean? But she's so brainwashed that she has these crazy, like, she sees if you're somebody who sees microaggressions or like just like words that hurt you that bad and all these handicaps that you might have. You know what this is? This is people do this to black people all the time. The country does this to black people all the time. They used to say, "Oh, you know, because you're black, you know, you have all these, you know, the handicap and all these other things." And there's a lot of black people out there that are like, "Man, fuck you. What the fuck, dude? Like, I don't need your help. I don't need your extra credit." You know what I mean? What the fuck? But now, like, white people didn't have that crutch, so now they have the crutch, right? Now they can be like, well, I'm a female, and the microaggressions, and it's so hard for me, and you notice how white women are trying to become the new black people? You ever notice that about white women? But the black women do it too. Everybody does it. Everybody's an SJW now, man. It's just so sad. It's just sickening. It's fucking sickening. Like, you are sick. And they always look like this, too. They always, and, you know, I can't even say it, but you know what I mean. It's always somebody busted up looking. You know, and if it's a pretty person from Hollywood, it's always because they're guilty. They're guilty. They're shameful that they have so much money, that they have to come out and bash themselves, bash their own race, bash whatever, because they're so fucking ashamed or they have to look like they did something. It's fucking crazy. How about we stop? How about we leave people alone and we just fucking be good to each other, and you don't get butthurt either when somebody talks shit or whatever the fuck. If you see microaggressions, you're a fucking psychopath. Okay? People that see microaggressions are psychopaths. Yes, some feminists are great. Some feminism is great. It really is. But I'm just not into that. Like, no. And yeah, it's a lot of the. This is shit that fucking people invented to feel better about themselves, or to explain their fucking crybaby needs, or whatever, their embarrassment. These people are disturbing weirdos. I don't know, dude. Listen, I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do or what to think either, by the way. I'm just me. I'm just thinking out loud. You guys might know better than me. I don't know. I'm not trying to preach to any of you guys anything, you know what I mean? But to me, it just feels like these people use minorities. They're the ones that say that they love minorities, and they hide behind all that stuff. And I think they're using you. I think these fucking people use you. These people use you. It's weird. It's very strange. This shit ruined Star Trek Picard, I agree. Some of Star Trek Picard was good, but some of it was just like horrific, man. And why is it always mean and violence? Why am I hearing fuck in Star Trek? I wanted to watch Star Trek with my kids. I grew up watching it as a kid. I loved it. I love edgy stuff. I love fuck and fucking and shooting and cunt and guns and all this shit. But in Star Trek, I like the illusion of, oh, the future, we're better as human beings. We're so much better as human beings in the future. Why am I hearing fuck in Star Trek? The fucking hubris, you fucking male. Like, what is going on in this world? So anyway, I'm sorry I got off on this rant. We separated from wrestling all because you guys brought up somebody brought up The Last of Us being a SJW. I'm sorry, man. I can't believe it, guys. I love you guys. I'm being as honest as I can, you know what I mean? I'm being as honest with you guys as I can. My audience used to be 60% liberal. My audience was 60% liberal a couple years ago. Now it's 60% Republican. Or at least right-leaning. Most of you guys don't even want to be labeled one way or the other. But, I mean, it's slightly right-leaning now. 60%. It used to be 60% liberal. Now it's 60% right-leaning. Now, I think that's sort of like the shift in how people are feeling about things. But yeah, most of us are, I think, free thinkers. I think a lot of people on my show, and you guys in the chat, I think a lot of us are free thinkers. We think for ourselves. Yeah, we vote a little bit this way or that way or whatever the case is, but I think a lot of us are free thinkers. We do whatever we want. We don't do things because one party says this or the other thing. You know, we don't believe everything fucking Fox says. We don't believe everything fucking CNN says and MSNBC and all these liars. You know, we like to ask questions and get angry and talk about stuff. I don't think there's a lot of fucking people here that are my way or you're dead, you know? Like, I mean, I don't think there's a shitload of that here. But anyway, back to the wrestling. Sub to the chat. If you guys want to hear more of that bullshit, you can sub to my other channel and become a patron on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Love to have you over there on the Patreon. And we got to give it up, too. Before I get back to the donations, because we do have donations, and I may take calls and all that stuff, I got to give it up to D. Welsh, man. He is the 3-time champion. He became the champion of the wheel this past Friday on Monetize This, and D. Welsh has captured that crown again, and he's killed it. And one of the last things that I'll say before I move on to the next point is, I really appreciate you guys in the chat, too. Some of you guys who may be more extreme right or more extreme left who put up with me when you feel that I don't know what I'm talking about or that I'm wrong or you don't agree with me at all. And normally you might even hate somebody like me. So I really, really appreciate that a lot of you guys put up with me. If you're coming at more of a left or a right angle or a different angle altogether, it's appreciated by me that you put up with me when I don't know maybe all the time what I'm talking about, or I'm being ignorant, you know what I mean, or I'm swearing, or I'm making fun of something that bothers you. Like maybe you like making fun of everything, but you don't like talking about cancer because of your family or something. You know, my dad died of diabetes, but I don't care, man. I make fun of diabetes. You know, I make fun of fucking death. I just can't help it. I just do that. So, man, I give it up for you guys for accepting that. Most people do. There's some people that come around and they get angry. Why'd you make fun of autism? Why'd you make fun of this disease? Why'd you make fun of that disease? Well, because I have to. I make fun of everything. It doesn't mean I don't like those people or I don't have empathy or care about people. It's just that it's comedy, man, and we're having fun because we all need to laugh. But if you get triggered by something or other, just turn off and come back later or whatever. I'm sorry. No one's trying to personally attack what your family has gone through or what you've experienced with somebody or a kid or a loved one or a family member. I don't know what you've been through, and you don't know what I've been through, so we just make fun of everything. There's nothing off limits to me. But I appreciate that you may have something that when I say it, you're like, oh, God, like it's making me think about my sister or whatever. But, you just, all right, I'm going to tune out for a second. I'll come back in a minute. But you don't get all like, what the fuck, Joe? My sister died of lupus. Why'd you say that? And it's like, well, I don't fucking know that. I'm making fun of everything. I can't, if we took time to not make fun of anything that anybody's ever been through, we wouldn't be making fun of a goddamn thing whatsoever. So, everyone here pretty much understands that. But a lot of these other people don't understand that. So that's why it's no pussies allowed, Liquid Motions, yeah. That's why it's no pussies allowed. But you can always hit me up in a DM or something and be like, oh, man, it was rough because this happened to me. And I'll talk to you if you like. Are you going through a hard thing? You know, I always talk to you. But I've gone through a lot of shit, too, and I know what you're saying, man. It sucks. I've been triggered, too. I don't get angry at the people, but, you know, I've heard a comedian be like, hey, maybe that fucking guy with diabetes, I can't wait till he eats 700 hamburgers, and then he's about to croak, finally dies of a fucking heart attack, his diabetic fucking ass. And maybe I thought about my dad, and I was like, oh, fuck. Like, yeah, that was basically my dad. Except my dad wasn't fat. He had diabetes from birth, so it's not like he could do anything about it. He wasn't fat diabetic. But it's like, I make fun of that shit. Would dig my dad up. Imagine that. Imagine going to the grave and digging my dad up out of the grave just to measure his cock. You know what I mean? Because now they can find dead bodies. They can actually probably tell how big your dick was. And I've always wanted to know who had the bigger dick, me or my father. You know, so, you know, I can't help it. Sometimes I think, like, let's go down and dig my fucking dad's bones up and pull out that pelvic region and let's see how big the dick might have been. You know, I want to know who had the bigger cock, man. And if I had the bigger cock, I'm going to buy a dildo and I'm going to plant it on his grave and I'm going to write, I got the bigger cock and you're dead. I win, daddy. No, the fuck?
What else we got?
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want
some bubbly? Look at this stuff.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Dan, it's such good shit. When those street nigger monkeys dance, it's
Oh,
hilarious.
what the
Bah,
fuck?
ha ha. I love these silly border hopping spics with that tiny Mexican chica. Apollo, yes, I know who you are. If you won't dance for me, then break a leg, monk.
Oh, come on, Vince McMahon, you racist piece of shit. Well, now I got to ban that word from the... I'm glad you did that, because now I there's only a couple words that sometimes people, too, they wonder, you know, Joe, why do you block certain words on your donations when you don't care about stuff and it's all jokes? Why do you block the N-word? Well, I mean, partially because it's banned on... You can't do that on Twitch. So if I was streaming on Twitch right now, that would be scary. So that's part of why it's banned. You know what I mean? I try not to censor anybody, but I don't know, dude. The N-word's the one you got to censor over there. And I know that people are like, well, why you can't you don't have to censor any of the other words. I don't know. But so KNEGUR, that has to be banned, and then KUNEGURR, and then like 17 variations of that. So so I got to ban that now. But I appreciate you exposing it so I can take care of it. Good God almighty. Vince McMahon, that was one of the most horrifically racist things, Vince, you've ever said, Vince. You son of a bitch, Vince.
Super chat. Super chat.
The new character is trans.
The new character is trans. Oh, Corbin Eberle. Was that a spoiler, though? I mean, if it makes sense in the story, then I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, normally, I don't care if somebody is trans or something like that. I don't care if it makes sense in the story, but if it's just an agenda thing, like, I mean, why is that even a thing? Like, I don't even need to know if the character likes, like, I don't need the characters to be male and female and to hook up. I don't need to know that they are married to a man or a woman, or I don't need to know any of that unless it matters. So if it matters in the story and it makes sense to me and it doesn't seem like some preachy thing, I don't care. I mean, it's highly unlikely that you would see a trans character in this situation, maybe, because there's not a lot. So that's why it may seem a little out of place, but I don't mind if the character's trans. You know what I mean? So as long as it's fucking tasteful or whatever, it makes sense, then it's fine. I got a fucking... Terra Schism is the top donator here. You got to give it to Terra Schism. Mr. Terror Schism. What up, Terror Schism? How you doing, brother? It is fucking hard. Yeah, I thought it was, you know, thought Raw was, again, it would have been really bad. 1 or 2 out of 10. And because the ending was so funny to me, I gave it an extra point or 2. You know, I really gave him a break on that because it went out with a bang. I was in a fucking coma for most of this show tonight. And then they really went out with a bang. They went out with a goddamn bang with that shit. So I got to give it to him. Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre made me laugh. And they made me laugh, but like Drew McIntyre was always serious. Do you know what I mean? So he really came off as like it was like a movie or something, man. It was like fucking Roadhouse or something. I don't know.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
What you call a person mixed with Mexican and white, a wet cracker, and I probably sold crack to your mothers in the 1980s.
Oh my God. AJ Adams, thanks for the $3. Yeah, a lot of those 80s bitches, you know, the girls with the big fluffy the hair who were like scared to go into the dark alleys, AJ Adams. And they were like, "Do you sell that stuff? Like me and my friend Becky are trying to get this like blah blah blah." Yeah, I bet you were there. I bet you were there getting them. Get them bitches. That's fucking hilarious, bro.
I'm from sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania. I'm from sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania. Sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Smashing Corgan's donation of your parody video of the Billy Corgan TNA, always one of my favorites, but I don't think many people know about it.
Nebbit the Jew, I don't even remember what you're talking about. Can you remind me of what you're talking about? Billy Corgan TNA, can you remind me of that? Because, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. If you have that video, please tell me where it is or what it is. I'll look that up because I don't even remember that. Dude, I don't remember half the shit I do. I've done some whacked out shit over the last 8 years here on the Joe Cronin Show, and I don't remember half the shit until you guys go, "That's my favorite thing you did 3 years ago or 1 year ago or 8 months ago." And I'm like, I don't remember. So, dude, Nebbit the Jew, dude, hit me up with that, and I'll try to find that because that sounds like it might be funny. I don't remember, though.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Bimbo Baggins.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
I belong to the Chaos Party as a child of chaos. Fuck the liberals and fuck the conservatives. Okay, that out of the way, back to fapping off to Mandy and Booley's sister.
Wow. Bimbo Baggins, 1969. Thank you for the $3. And yeah, man, I mean, listen. You are a child of chaos, let me tell you that. If you're really a child of chaos, then you would roll the dice in Vegas, man, and you would roll them dice in Vegas, like while on ecstasy. Okay? You just let the good times roll, brother. Oh my God.
Ojo, I am catching up on your stream. You don't have to leave your house, cause I suppose you do this for a living. I have to leave so I can move shit around. So I do not benefit from staying home.
Oh, I got you, Bullsy. Yeah, I'm just fucking around. Bullsy, thank you, man. I love you, dude. Thank you for that. Yeah, in 2017, I got fired from my job, so I didn't have to... I've been in a job for 4 years. I'd worked my way up, and I got laid off there. And then the adpocalypse happened, and I'd been making $100 a day on YouTube in ad revenue. And then the ad revenue went down to like $3 a day. And it's still at that. I still make about $6 a day in ad revenue. So then I wasn't sure. I was trying to find another job, but I was just depressed, dude. And then I decided to like launch the Patreon fully. We had a Patreon, but it was only like we only had like 10 patrons or 20 patrons. And we only did like one thing a week. It barely did anything. And then I launched the Patreon with all this bonus content. And then all of you guys signed up on the Patreon. People were signing up on Patreon. People were donating then, and we launched all the new donations and stuff like that. And you guys answered the bell in 2017, man, Bullsy. Bullsy, I know that I don't think you were here then, but yeah, dude, the listeners like started donating like crazy and being like, "Fuck this, do this all day," like, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And so since then, I've been doing this full time, along with some other little part-time things, yeah. And recently, I lost the thing I was doing. I was doing something else, and obviously, I learned from history, don't tell people where you work or what you do, so there was something I was doing part-time, but I had to, because of the COVID thing, that's not going to happen now. Or it ended, so, yeah, but I don't talk about it. But this is fine. So, yeah, man, but I appreciate that, dude, and that you got to be out there doing shit, and everybody that has to be out there doing stuff, so you guys have an extra anxiety that other people don't have, you know what I mean? Other people that are getting to work from home, and other people who are whatever the case is, you know, you guys have an extra layer of anxiety that we don't have, you know what I mean? And people with kids, I feel like there's a lot of things, you know, people with kids have an extra layer of anxiety. I do. That's my anxiety, is the kids and keeping everyone safe. My mother is 70, you know, so yeah, I mean, but if you're working in those situations, you know, that's way scarier.
And trust me.
No,
trust
don't
me
do
when
that.
I tell. Have faith in.
Oh, my! Rollins bounce.
Have faith in.
Oh, my!
Dude, that just because I can't get over it, man. I can't get over it. It's Bullsy. Thanks for the $10, Bullsy.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. Here comes Bimbo Baggins.
Bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
I love you, Joe, as a chaos child, but you might have shitty game taste, lol. I should thank you for putting up with me.
I love you, Bimbo Baggins. Yeah, man. You know what? I'm the same way with video games that I am with everything in life. Once I find something I like, I stick with it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, once I find a co-host in wrestling that I like, Jake DeMarco, I stick with him. I don't ever really look for anything else. Jake DeMarco's my guy. I felt that, you know, same thing with Justin Bailey, that like that's my guy, man, that I want to do all my podcasts with. My wife, Leah, that I've been with for 12 years, I found a girl I really love. I don't want to ever move away from that. I found a game that I really love. I don't ever want to move away from that. So, therefore, to this day, I'm still playing Halo, Diablo, and a couple other things. But, you know, you guys got me playing fucking PUBG a couple years ago, and I've been playing. I still play PUBG. So even though that you guys think, oh God, you still play PUBG, you fucking idiot. Well, to me, that's still a new game. Like once I have fun with something, I never want the fun to end. But I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, where's the next fun? Where's the next game? Where's the next cool thing that's coming out? And I'm more like, no, I love this. I just want to play this forever. You know what I mean? That's why I hated Call of Duty for years, because I loved Halo 2 and Halo 3 and Halo Reach, and then all of a sudden everybody jumped over to Call of Duty and Gears of War, and I went, oh man, no, get back to Halo. Where's everybody going? You know, because I don't like change. I hate change. I hate it. I like to, once I find something that works, I like to just roll on that forever. And you know, add a few new things here or there slowly, but major change, I don't do well with it. I don't like it. So yeah, I'm still playing Diablo 3 from 2012. I'm still playing Diablo 2 sometimes. Jesus, I mean, yeah. But look, I'm playing Warzone now. So how about that? You know what I mean? You guys got me playing Warzone. That's pretty fucking crazy that you got me playing Warzone.
Give me a hell yeah!
Raw was okay. Why is near street? HNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNNN
But that if you donate with that name again, dude, I'm gonna have to block you or something. I don't know. Don't do that. But thank you for the 316.
Super chat. Super chat.
Joe.
Simon Masenda. Is that rubles? Did you donate rubles, dude? That's badass, man. If that's rubles, God, I always love rubles. I love rubles. I think Red Dead was really good, yeah. I just haven't played it.
That's it.
I have Red Dead.
Bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
Joe, have you seen Scott exactly? I took that cracker's head clean off and jammed it his Kentucky inbred mother's ass.
God damn. Now he's up in Canada, man. He ain't no Kentucky boy. He ain't no... Actually, he got flooded recently. There was a big flood up there, and there's some kind of flooding thing going on. Oh, crazy shit, bro. AJ Adams, thank you, man. Cheers to you, man, as I drink the rest of my black coffee. I'll drink from your black cock. Let's see, one more donation, then I'm going to go check this out.
Shit bum!
Look up the Billy Corgan story. It was uploaded by TSS. Once you start hearing it, you will remember it, I'm sure.
Okay, the Billy Corgan TNA story. Thank you, Nebbit the Jew. I will look it up. Let me find it, all right. And then I'll find my video. Maybe I can find the original thing that I did. Oh, I think I do remember it already, where I was, like, narrating all the voices and stuff.
He was a former musician. The singer and lead man of the Smashing Pumpkins. In July of 2016, he took on a bigger role in wrestling. The company TNA, Total Nonstop Action, needed more action, more satisfaction. So Billy Corgan walked up and put his money where his mouth was, putting hope into the company, whose current owner, TNA's Dixie Carter, was struggling to pay the bills.
Remember when she used to text me?
But when TNA and Dixie Carter went behind Billy Corgan's back and tried to sell TNA to the WWE, Billy Corgan went into an insane rage.
He just began slapping me and flipping over tables, and he was going absolutely crazy. My husband was screaming,
Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage.
What the fuck?
Tables were strewed about as Billy Corgan began screaming incoherently. And that's when Dixie Carter slapped him.
What the fuck?
When Billy Corgan tried to strike back, Dixie Carter's husband grabbed his arms and held him back. Billy Corgan fled, saying,
I'll sue you! Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage.
I couldn't believe it. He was out of control.
TNA would never be the same, as a lawsuit would ensue. And no one will ever forget that fateful day when Billy Corgan exposed himself in court. Judge Matthew Johnson was beside himself at the court hearings. I just couldn't believe in all the years of my service as a judge, I've never seen a plaintiff expose his privates in the middle of a court session. This summer, in a 6-part series, the Billy Corgan TNA story, live.
6-part series. That was the funniest part. Was that it's a 6-part series. That's Oh my God. This summer, Billy Corgan takes off his clothes and shows his private parts to a playground full of school kids and is arrested on sight. Billy Corgan goes to jail and forever will be massacred in prison. Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is the Messiah. I don't know. That's funny shit, dude. Yeah, you know what's funny is, like, my voice is better than it was back then. I think I've gotten better because, like, dude, I've had all these auditions. I don't know, dude. One day I auditioned for 50 fucking voice acting gigs. And I by the way, I got one. It took 30 days. I auditioned for like 200 gigs. And then 30 days later I got contacted by one company and I recorded a character's voice for this game. And I found out that the game ended up getting canceled. The game was called Axe of the Guardians or something like that. And, like, I was this dwarf guy, and the dwarf guy was like,
Where's my axe has always been used for the farming aids of the gods and the lords.
And, like, that's the voice I did. And they gave me $350. and I only voiced 2 scenes, but had the game launched or they gone into production with the game, I was wicked excited because the character would always be reoccurring, and they was going to be rolling out new material for the character for, like, years. And the contract would have been for $3,000 a year. And so, but I got $350 or so to just voice the fucking thing. And then it went nowhere. So they didn't even get to do anything. So I got paid to do a voice that will never be heard anywhere. But I'm mad because I could have made, $3,000 a year doing this voice. So, or whenever they needed it, they would have called me like, hey, we need more dialogue or whatever. So, like, I was excited about that. And then I wanted to do more voice acting. So then I was excited to maybe have multiple gigs, like daily or monthly or whatever, reading audiobooks and stuff like that. And now that stuff, that I'm getting emails from more companies and books now because they need more people and stuff. So it's just crazy, man. I wouldn't use this microphone, obviously. I've got a whole thing set up in the other room with my good mic and the good stuff. But yeah, so that's what I've also been doing. I don't know, but it's kind of fun. But I don't have enough connections to get involved in enough of this stuff. But if I had my way, I would do shitloads of voice acting all over the place. And yeah, I just don't know the connections enough to do it. I did a commercial like 6 months ago, and that's really all that I've had. I did an audiobook last year, and that sold okay. But I guess the guy sells like 50 books a month about, and I get a check for like $7 every month. $7 for 50 books is pretty good, though. You know what I mean? $7 for 50 books. Can you imagine if his book had gone viral and sold like 1 million copies? If he had sold 1 million copies of his book, I think I would have made like $50,000 or $80,000 or some shit like that on my voice if they had bought the. I think if they buy the voice, like I get paid even if they just buy the book. So even if they buy the book, I get like 1 cent or 2 cents. But if they buy the audiobook, I get like, like $3 or something like that. So it's like the book's not doing that well, but $7 a month is okay, I guess. But it's not going to ever, I don't know if it's ever going to equal, like it took me 3 days to record the book. 3 days and probably 8, 16, 20, probably 30 hours of work in 3 days. And you know what I mean? $7 a month is what I'm making. So I probably won't really be paid for that work until the second or third year of the book existing. Do you know what I mean? So it's not that good. But let's say the book got popular and like all of a sudden everybody wanted to hear this book, and so then the audiobook sales went up and like there was like 20,000 sales. Well, that would be pretty good. Then I might get paid like $5,000, and then it would be like, oh shit, I did 3 days of work. That was way worth it. You know what I mean? So you can hit or miss with those type of things, I guess. And it depends on the popularity of the book, I suppose. But yeah, it's weird. You did, man? AJ Adams, you did that? That's crazy, dude. But yeah, so if anybody knows anybody that's ever recording a comic or doing books or movies, I try to do commercials. Obviously, yeah, keep me in mind or submit whatever you want. I'm launching a website soon that's just for my voiceover stuff, so it's going to have all the examples of my stuff. And I'm on the Amazon thing too, the AMX or the AMC or whatever it is. So I'm on there. If anybody has a book or they're publishing a book or whatever, I mean, I'll do the audiobook if you want. You just gotta. I think there's on Amazon you can create the contract on there. It's very easy. So I get like 80 cents per audiobook, or I get 8 cents, or whatever you do. It's all different versions of the contracts. You can get paid by book. You can get paid by download. You can get all these different things that happen. But yeah, that stuff's cool. Yeah, Bullfrog can't do that. I don't know how well Bullfrog would do with that. But Nebbit the Jew, man, thanks for bringing that up. It was good to go relive that. I totally had forgotten about that. So Nebbit the Jew, thank you, sir.
Super Chat Party.
Do you watch The Dark Side of the Ring, Joe?
Yeah, I've seen a few of these. Dude, they've done a great job. Ace Man, they have done a really good job on these Dark Side of the Rings. Super good job. And I haven't seen all of them at all. And that's the thing that is good and sucks, because there's just shit. There's a lot to talk about as far as it goes, man. There's a lot to watch. I really enjoy them, so I like the fact that there's a couple that I don't have. I guess Apollo Crews won't be there for Money in the Bank. I don't know if he has some other injury or something else preventing him. I don't know what the reason is to write him out of the Money in the Bank. Maybe Jinder Mahal is going to go into the Money in the Bank. Does anybody know if that's not the case or is the case? I don't know. Maybe that's what's going on there. I'm not 100% sure on that or exactly what's up with that. But I'm thinking that that's the situation and that's the case. Anyway, guys, finally, I want to wrap up with saying that I'm going to have some more content on my Evil Spectrum 3 gaming channel as far as Diablo 3 goes and some other things. So if you're a Diablo 3 fan, get over there and subscribe and come hang out with me. Let's talk about Diablo if you want. It's probably like only 8 of you, but I'm just telling the people that care. Also, if you haven't become a patron yet, check out my Patreon. It's a great way to support this show. We could use you over there. But you also get 30 hours of bonus content that nobody else gets a month on Patreon. Here's another thing. Don't become a patron until May 1st or 2nd. Because right now, if you became a patron today, you would be charged today, and then you would actually be charged again on the 1st of the month. So Patreon is going to charge you no matter what on the 1st of the month. Every month, no matter when you sign up, I believe. I believe that that's the way it still is. So if you are going to become a patron, I do recommend wait until this Friday or Saturday to become a patron. And when you become a patron, you have to select a tier. No matter what, even if you become a $10 patron, it still makes you select a tier. If you don't select a tier, you won't see the posts the right way. It's a glitch. Patreon says it's not a glitch. It says that's the way they intended for it to be, but that's retarded. So it's a glitch, and they haven't fixed it. So if you become a $10 patron or $20 patron, you still have to go in again and check your pledge to me, and it's going to ask you to select a tier, reward, right? The reason is, let's say there's rewards for $5 and $10, and you become an $8 patron. It puts you in as an $8 patron, but then you don't see any of the reward posts. So you don't even see the posts, and you go, where's the shows? I don't even see them. You have to select the tier, the top tier you have. It's stupid. It's ridiculous, but you have to do it. So just remember to do that. I've had a lot of people say, like, where the hell are the postings? As far as I'm concerned, it's a glitch. Patreon doesn't seem to want to acknowledge it yet, but it is. It's if it's not a glitch, it's ridiculous. Patreon works better on desktop computer. You can see more things. You can see more options. You can search older episodes. You can search dates, times. On your phone, you cannot. On a computer, you have to right-click on a file to save it to your computer to download the audio file if it's an audio podcast. On your phone, there's a little button, an arrow. You just hit the arrow, it downloads it to your phone. So you can save on your data plans and things like that by listening on your phone offline or downloading all these episodes that I have. I have a solo podcast that I do on my phone sometimes that I upload called Note to Self. I have the Morning Madness podcast. I have a new one coming where I interview all these different people and stuff like that. Me and my wife have a podcast called Till Death Do Us podcast with me and Leah. Corrupted podcast is every weekend. I look to be adding some new shows coming. We have some people returning to the shows that you could be excited about. We have some new people coming to my shows that you could be excited about. Me and Jake DeMarco, once Jake is feeling better, we'll get back to our sort of Patreon podcast that we were doing. Me and Drew have something going on. I'm going to be doing retro Raws. Once Jake comes back, me and Jake will both be doing retro Raws, but I am going to start them, I think, potentially without Jake, just so I can get them going. But when he gets back, we'll both do them again. So definitely check out Patreon if you can. It's $1 a month, $2 a month, $5 a month, whatever. And then, of course, there's the people that have gone crazy above and beyond who are $25 and above producer-level patrons. And when you are a producer, your name will get put down below in the description box. For as long as you're a producer, every video will have your name down below it as a credit for being in that producer level and helping me produce this content. Thank you for that. Without you guys, I am back to doing other stuff, and I can't quite do what we do here. So thank you for that. And, that's about it, man. I'll be live tomorrow night with Tuesday Night Throwdown. We're getting close to 100 episodes of Throwdown over on Corrupted Nation, my other YouTube channel. Go over there, sub. And we'll be live tomorrow night with Throwdown at about 10 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. If anybody has questions or problems or issues, please try to Patreon message me, email me, joecronshaw@yahoo.com. DM me. My new Twitter account is @JCSCommentary. So obviously I'm banned for life on Twitter, so you never know how long these things are going to last. But behind a protective VPN, I still exist until they, whatever the hell. JCS commentary on Twitter. Joe Cronin Show on Instagram. And again, I have a Facebook as well. Facebook.com/Joe Cronin Show. We're almost up to 4,000 followers and likes. Of course, you guys know my Twitch account down below. If I didn't have a massive headache tonight, I would probably continue and play some games and hang around. But because of that, I'm not going to continue tonight only because of that, or I would go until about 3 a.m. And I'd play Warzone if Troy was around probably too, but I'm just so fucking headache tonight. But we'll be back to normal, I think, tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming in the day tomorrow. I'm going to have some other updates tomorrow. And then we'll be doing Throwdown at night. I'll probably do a state of the WWE tomorrow with all kinds of WWE news and different things that we've been talking about. So that's it. I babbled on enough, man. I can't thank you guys enough for all the fucking shit you guys do, man. You guys go above and beyond, like, insanely here. We're up to 341 patrons. We are still missing about 40 patrons. A lot of that is due to COVID-19 and people losing their jobs and stuff like that. So take your time, man. Don't worry. You know what I mean? Don't come back whenever you're okay to come back. Don't kill yourselves. Please take care of your families. Please stock up on some food, and things right now. And be safe about it. And be good to everybody. Be good to each other. Please be good to each other during these shitty times. Join your local Facebook groups in your town, in your areas, in your street, in your cities, and be friendly with your neighbors and stuff like that, and try to help people the best you can. Stay safe, stay home if you can. Do whatever you want to do, though. You guys are all free Americans or free members of the world. Do what you think is right, and you'll be good. I'm out of here, I think. I think that's about it. Let's hear it one more time because it's so goddamn good.
And trust me when I tell you, you will be better off for it.
Oh, my God.
Have faith in.
Oh, man, the stimulus check, I haven't gotten it yet. God, I almost, don't you want to just take I almost want to take the stimulus check and fucking, divvy it up among the grocery store workers that I go, because I go to a grocery store, and, I don't know, dude. I'm still working, so they're going to give me a stimulus check, but I'm working. I mean, I've only been minorly impacted by this. We had 380 to 400 patrons, you know what I mean? So I've lost about 60 patrons to 40 patrons. And that's a couple $100 to $300 maybe. But I am, and you guys are still donating a lot, so I have really been minorly impacted by this. I lost my part-time job, obviously, but I've been minorly impacted by this. So I feel like I don't need a stimulus. So even I might even, dude, I might be like you guys. I might even use some of that stimulus just to whatever. By the way, if anybody's really well off, you know what you can do? Say you have a lot of money and you're bored, right? Say you guys are at home and you have a lot of money. I know that there's a chance that people are going to take advantage of you and they're going to lie. I know that could happen. But if you're sitting there with over 10 or 20 grand in your bank account and you're or you're better off than that, and you don't really have a family and you're just kind of like, I got it going on. I really don't need any. Not really worried, you're still making money and all these things. I always, what you can do is if you have Facebook friends, you could put a post on Facebook and you could be like, hey, yo, is there anybody out there that's wicked struggling right now? You're fucked. You're ready to cry and you're in trouble and seriously. Maybe hit me up in a DM. Please message me on Facebook or whatever. And I find that that's one of the best ways, because a lot of people are weary about charities and shit like that. But there's a different thing when you say that on Facebook. You'll find that you'll get 1, 2, 3, or 4 people that will hit you up. Not a lot of people will hit you up, but a few people will. I think I'm friends with 500 people on Facebook. And I did that. I did that every Christmas, a couple Christmases ago. I was like, hey, is anybody really just fucked right now? And you're you can't give your kids a Christmas or something like that. And, dude, I got hit up by 3 people, and 2 of them were single mothers that I knew from high school. And I'm telling you, man, people who are desperate, because most people are like embarrassed, they won't say anything. But, you know, people who are in a really bad, rough time will maybe hit you up. And you can send them $100 or $200 or something or whatever it is. And, like, it's crazy, dude. And you can actually help somebody that you actually knew or maybe know or whatever. And you know it's going to a good place probably. I mean, yeah, maybe they're on, like, drugs or something or whatever the fuck. But probably not. And, you know, I knew that most of them had kids. So you can do that. That's a cool thing to do, man. I like that. Not a lot of people, I feel like, do that. But it's a cool thing, dude, because then you're helping someone directly. I think that's pretty badass. So when you get a stimulus check and you're well off, say like you're well off, like you get your stimulus check for like $3,000 because you have a couple kids and, you know, your bank account's doing well and you're doing okay, you know, fuck you. I mean, a lot of us are living paycheck to paycheck, so we can't really do too much like that. But fucking that shit is way better than giving it to like a massive charity somewhere you don't know where the fuck it goes or whatever the fuck. You know, when you find out like, oh yeah, you know, in a couple weeks I'm gonna have money. So you find out like, oh, in a couple weeks I might have money, but right now I didn't have any money and I couldn't buy that thing my kid wanted. And people come to you and you're like, well, how much is it? Oh, it's $80. It's this thing. Well, I'm gonna buy it for you. Oh fuck, and you don't even need to send them money. You could buy it for them too if you wanted to. And like you'd be surprised, man, the people that will come to you and they'll be like, I'm embarrassed right now, and you're like, oh no, you shouldn't be embarrassed, like. Because we've all been to that moment where you like are fucking, you can't breathe and you're sad and you're sick and you're embarrassed and you're, not everybody's been in this situation, but a lot of us have been in the situation where you're desperate, but you know what I mean? You almost think about like you're like, oh, I'm gonna rob a bank or something, but you wouldn't do that, so you don't, but you're like fucking shaking and you're desperate and you can't find, like, how the fuck can I ever pay for this, or how am I going to do this or pay for this thing or that thing? Yeah, man, a lot of people have been there. And so even if you don't have, like, I don't even have a lot of money, like sometimes, like I didn't have a lot of money then, but I had $500 in my bank when I did that. You know, I had $500 and I had money coming in every week. So I always had at least $500 in the bank. But a few years before that, I was always negative in the bank. For like 10 years, every week I was negative. Every week it was negative 30, negative 80, negative 100, positive 5, positive 20, positive 100, negative 50, negative 20. Every fucking week I was negative. And I remember, you know, so like, I don't know, that's just a good idea to throw it out there. Trying to think of things to do. We got to give it out to Terror Schism, motherfucker. This motherfucker dropped $66 tonight. It is the top donation of the stream. So thank you to Terror Schism, baby. And I did see that the New York doctor killed herself. That is terrible. I told you, man, for the workers dealing with this is their 9/11. This is their World War II. And I said this. They're going to see things that they can't believe, and they're going to be so stressed out. It's going to be insane, dude. Absolutely. But listen, I don't want to harp on that. I hope you guys all have a good fucking night. Come over to sub all my other channels down below. Facebooks, Instagrams, YouTubes, all that shit. It's all down below. Sub it fucking all so you know where I am at all times. And follow me on my new Twitter account too. Thanks to Terror Schism. Thanks to D. Welsh, the 3-times champion. Thanks to all these $25 patrons. JCS commentary on Twitter, my new Twitter account. Follow me. I will follow you back tonight if I can. It may limit my followers, but I will try to follow you back tonight. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow for Throwdown.
faith in.
Oh, my!
And trust me when I tell you, you will be better off for it.
Oh my God.
Have faith in.
Oh, my!